Jamunatira Vanachari Jayora Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayora Madhava Kunja Bihari Shabbat Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Sri Srimad Istivan Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Namachira Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prinshika Ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinde Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Syama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Maharani Ki Jai Shri Shri Gauranitai Ki Jai Shri Shri Tulsinath Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Giridhari Lal Ki Jai Shri Karuna Bhavan Ki Jai Chainita Gaura Premanandi. All glory to assembly devotees, all glory to assembly devotees, all glory to assembly devotees, all glory to Shri Shri Gauranga Gauranga, all glory to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 6, Chapter 3. We are going backwards. Text 24. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Etaba alam aganiharanaya punsam samkirtanam Bhagavata karanamnam bhikshuya putram agavam achamila api narayana mriyamana iyaya muktim etabalamba aganirharanyam punsam etavattalam aganirharanyaya punsam Samkirtanam Bhagavato Gunakarmanam Nam Sankirtanam Bhagavato Gunakarmanam Nam Bhikshruya Putra Nagavan Yat Achamilopi Bhikrushayam Bhikrushya Putram Agavan Yat Achamilopi Okay. Narayane Mriyamana Ihaya Muktim Narayaneti Mrihayamana Ihaya Muktim Vaishnavas. Ladies. Sankirtanam Bhagavato Etavata. With this much, alam sufficient. Ahaniharanaya. For taking away the reactions of sinful activities. Punsam, of human beings. Sankirtanam, the congregational chanting. Bhagavata, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Guna, of the transcendental qualities. Karanamnam, and of his names according to his activities and pastime. Bhikshruya, crying to without offense. Putram, his son. Agavan, the sinful. Yat, sins. Ajamila api, even Ajamila. Narayana, the Lord's name. Narayana, the Lord's name Narayana. Iti, thus. Miyamana, dying. Iyaya, achieve. Muktim, liberation. Therefore, it should be understood that one is easily relieved from all sinful reactions by chanting the holy name of the Lord and chanting of his qualities and activities. This is the only process recommended for relief from sinful reactions. Even if one chants the holy name of the Lord with improper pronunciation, he will achieve relief from material bondage if he chants without offenses. Ajamila, for example, was extremely sinful, but while dying, he merely chanted the holy name, and although calling his son, he achieved complete liberation because he remembered the name of Narayana. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It's a very long purpose. I don't think we are going to read all of it due to limitations of time. In the assembly of Raghunath Das Goswami's father, Haridas Thakur confirmed that simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one is liberated. even if he does not chant completely inoffensively. Smarta Brahmanas and Mayavadi do not believe that one can achieve liberation in this way, but the truth of Haridas Thakur's statement is supported by many quotations from Srimad Bhagavatam. In his commentary of this verse, for example, Sridhar Swami gives the following quotation: Satyam patang griham bhaktya dukkam graman vimuchyate. If one always chants the holy name of the Lord with great devotion in the evening and in the morning, one can become free from all material miseries. Another quotation confirms that one can achieve liberation if one hears the holy name of the Lord constantly, every day with great respect. Anudinam idam adarena shivam. Another quotation says, Shavanam kirtanandhyayam harer abaduta karmanam jamma karma gunanancha tat arte kila chestitam. One should always chant and hear about the extraordinary, wonderful activities of the Lord. One should meditate upon these activities, and one should endeavor to please the Lord. Bhagavatam 11:327. Okay, we'll stop there for now. Eta balavan aganir haranapus. Eta balalam aganir haranasya pumsam. Sankirtana bhagavato gunakarmanamna. Ikshuya putran agavan yat achamilopi. Narayanetimni amana ihaya muktim. Translation again. Therefore, it should be understood that one is easily relieved from all sinful reactions by chanting the holy name of the Lord and chanting of his qualities and activities. This is the only process recommended from relief from sinful reaction. Even if one chants the holy name of the Lord with improper pronunciation, he will achieve relief from material bondage if he chants without offenses. Achamila, for example, was extremely sinful, but while dying, he merely chanted the holy name, and although calling his son, he achieved complete liberation because he remembered the name of Narayana. Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyanagana Shalakaya Shaksurumilitam Gyanat Tasmai Shri Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We continue to hear in this week about glories of the holy name. And today I would like to talk about the benefits of chanting the holy name. I think we are all motivated by benefits. I don't know about you, but at least I'll do it all the time. When I do practice something new diet, new product, I always Google it to see what are the benefits. And this gives us big motivation to do whatever we want to do or whatever we want to try. So the same works for a spiritual life. Often when we hear about the benefit of chanting, the benefit of reading, the benefit of doing service, we feel motivated to do it. This is human nature. So today I would like to focus a bit on the benefit aspect of chanting the Mahamantra. Most of the thing probably you know, some may not know. So let's see, it's good always to remember. The first benefit is that there are basically 15 benefits of chanting Hare Krishna. These 15, they have so many subdivisions, but it basically cover all the aspects of the chanting. So the first benefit is that chanting Hare Krishna is the only process of Kali Yuga. We all know Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalan Kalo Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatil Nyata. One time there was a guest who came to our temple for the first time, to one temple. And you know, sometimes as part of the decoration, they write this mantra, Kalo Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva. So this guest, he said, I understand everything, but I don't understand why you hate Eva so much, that you even write on the wall, Nasty Eva, Nasty Eva, Nasty Eva. Why do you hate her so much? Who is this Eva anyways? So yeah, we need to be careful. When somebody comes for the first time, they may not understand everything. But the chanting is something everyone can relate to. Thank you. Because it's something very simple. And this process of chanting Hare Krishna is the only way, is the only process in this age of Kali. There is nothing else. And we are very lucky because we are chanting, don't we? So Mataji is chanting right now. So we are very lucky that we have these facilities given to us, this understanding. And the important thing, we should chant properly, even though it's the only process we should chant properly. One time, one of our Sankirtan devotees, he was distributing books. And then he was driving in London and he was on the phone. I know this is a big offense. So the police caught him. So they put him aside. He said, you know, you were driving, but you were on the phone. Okay, no, I was not on the phone. Yeah, I saw you, the cameras are there, I saw you were on the phone. He said, no, I was not using the phone. He said, Mr. Monk, I know you were on the phone. And he was, dressed in orange and everything. He was actually sannyasi, so he had even a danda, so he didn't know from which planet he was coming from, but he understood this is one of these Hares that they roam around Oxford Street singing. He said, I know your people, I know you chant, Hare Krishna, Dalai Lama, Hare Krishna, Dalai Lama. I know you very well. He said, no, it's not. It's nothing to do with the Dalai Lama. It's Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. He said, no, I heard you're always chanting Hare Krishna, Dalai Lama. And he said, look, I am here, the monk, so I know what I'm doing. Anyway, so Prabhupada emphasized that we should chant properly the Mahamantra. This is a very important aspect. Sometimes you get shocked, the things you hear. If you can record, even if you record our chanting, you will be shocked what we can hear. I remember when I started to come to the temple, one senior Prabhu came and he corrected me. He said, no, you're not chanting properly. You're not, there is something, you are adding something. It's not properly. So obviously this can touch our ego, isn't it? Like somebody come and tell us we are not chanting properly. But it's a good practice to record how we chant. And I did that, I recorded, and I understood, I'm not chanting properly. So this is very important, not to add anything to the Mahamantra, not to take out anything from the Mahamantra. It's just 16 words, that's it. No one more, no one less. Otherwise, it's not a Mahamantra, and we will not get the full benefit. So another aspect, and which is related to this verse, is the second quality. by chanting the Mahamantra, we can destroy all sinful activities. And we see in the life of Ajamila, in the beginning, he was a very pious Brahmana. He was doing everything, Paka, all the rituals, all the study of the Vedas. He had a very beautiful and chaste wife, so everything was going fine. But then he became very sinful. He left his wife and he took up the life with the prostitute, and he was killing and he was stealing anything to please the prostitute. So he became very sinful. But by his good luck, he named one of his sons Narayan. And because of this, at the time of death, he was remembering his son and he was calling out his son, Narayan, Narayan. And because he was chanting the holy name, Narayan, he got free from all sinful reactions. And eventually he went back to the spiritual world. So this is a very important quality. And the number 3 is that Mahamantra is more important than any ritualistic activities. There are so many divisions in the Vedas with different pious yagyas we can perform, but Mahamantra is superior to any. Ahobata supacho tukarian bashivagiri namar how's it goes? The pusta bas to put. Yeah. That in the Vedas explained that the person who chanted Hare Krishna, he had performed all the previous ritualistic activities in previous life. So it's the result of all these pious activities, and by the mercy of Krishna, that person had a chance to chant the Mahamantra, which is the complete and the highest perfection in this age of Kali. The next one is that by chanting Hare Krishna, we can attain Vaikuntha. We can go to Vaikuntha or to Goloka Vrindavan. While performing any other activities, our destination is not certain. We can take birth again, we can be born in a pious family, but if you chant Hare Krishna, like Prabhupada promises us, and for sure he will fulfill that promise, is that by chanting Hare Krishna, in the end of this life, we will return back to Krishna. And this is the complete perfection. The next one is that chanting Hare Krishna absolves of all the sins. It is said that we are committing sinful activities continuously. Even when we walk on the street, you step on insects. When you drink water, you also eat some living entities. You drink some living entities. When you eat food, you also, if it's not offered to Krishna, you commit sinful activity. We are committing sinful activities all the time. But by chanting Hare Krishna, all these sinful activities can be totally nullified. And this is a very important aspect, because as long as we are sinful, we cannot advance in spiritual life. The number 6 of the benefits is that chanting Mahamantra cure all diseases. I don't know if anyone have seen this movie called Tukarama. It's the most beautiful devotional movie I have ever seen. I watched it like 100 times. And at one point, Tukarama is a great devotee of Panduranga, which is a deity in South India, beautiful deity. So Panduranga, Tukarama was worshipping with great devotion. He was a great devotee, pure devotee of Panduranga. And one time his son got sick, and they tried everything. They could not cure his son. So he took it in front of the deity of Panduranga, and he told his son to chant Panduranga. I've seen the movie. Panduranga. Yeah. And then the son started to chant the holy name, and he got completely cured from all diseases, So this is another benefit of chanting Hare Krishna. We should not replace it to go to the doctor if you are sick, but if we chant purely, which is the aim of bhakti, to chant purely to obtain the maximum benefit, then the Mahamantra can also help us to get rid of any disease. The number 7 is that chanting of Mahamantra transform all the sinners. Like we know famous case of Chagai Madai, Chintamani as well, who was a prostitute. That is mentioned in the life of Bilvamangala Thakur. She was a very sinful person, but she took up the chanting of Mahamantra and she became completely purified. So much so that Bilvamangali Thakur considered her one of his gurus. So this is a very important aspect as well. And then the next one is that Mahamantra dispel all fears. One time they asked Srila Prabhupada, how do you feel when you chant the Mahamantra? And Prabhupada said, I feel totally fearless. I have no fear. I have experience with this as well. And I remember also in the life of Shor Harrison in the 70s, one time he was traveling by plane, and then there was a turbulence and looked like the plane will crash. And everyone was very fearful, everyone screaming, and Shor Harrison started to chant the Mahamantra very loudly. And everything passed, the turbulence stopped, and he said that the Mahamantra saved my life. I have a similar experience. They would like to hear it. One time, I was in Argentina, in a very beautiful place, a touristic place just by the sea. We were lucky. We had a temple like 3 blocks away from the sea. So every morning we were going to chant our rounds. It was very beautiful place. And I was a brahmachari and I have my bicycle. So one morning I decided to go and to the top of a city. There is like a hill, but it is very high, very high. And everything was beautiful. It was summertime. There was a fresh breeze from the sea and the smell of the roses from neighbor gardens. Everything was perfect on that day. And I have a bicycle. My bicycle has only one brake. It was a nice bicycle, but only one brake was working. So anyway, I was thinking, I have some stupid thoughts in my mind. Like, why is Prabhupada saying that there is no enjoyment in this material world? I'm enjoying right now. I'm happy. Everything is fine. It's all nice. And then in that moment that I was going down the hill, just coming back to the temple, the only brake broke. So I was going down the hill full speed with the bicycle. And there were so many main streets crossing that street. In the beginning, I was very fearful. I thought, that's it. This is the end. There is no chance I can survive this. There is no chance. And then I say, okay, Krishna, if that's what you want, that's it. I surrender. I never surrendered before, but today I surrender. So I start to chant the Mahamantra on the top of my lungs. And it was quite interesting because there were a lot of tourists. It's a very touristic place, very busy place. And there were people, they were seeing this guy going down the hill chanting something. It was quite a scene. But I saw the cars coming in all directions, and I understood there is no chance for me to survive. There is no chance. I will definitely die today. But I start to chant it, Mahamantra. I just chanting. And somehow I was going through all these cars and no car was touching me. And I couldn't explain why. And it was a very long distance as well. And somehow or another, I just end up in someone's garden. But nothing happened to me. Nothing happened. And something quite interesting, when the bicycle finally stopped, there was one guy walking on the street. He paid obeisances on the floor, on the street, stood up without even looking at me and left. This, I never understood that part. Just a random guy. Anyway, so chanting the Mahamantra dispel all fears. The next one is it destroys all evil effects of Kali Yuga. We know this is the age of hypocrisy and quarrel and so many bad qualities. And only the chanting of the Mahamantra can destroy and can make us free from all these evil effects. The next one is that the chanting of Mahamantra is the superior to all the studies of the Vedas. The conclusion, in fact, of all the Vedas is that we should chant, we should worship Krishna, and we should chant the Mahamantra. This is the conclusion. Prabhupada said in the purpose that Mayavadis, impersonally, they cannot understand that. And only those who are very fortunate, they can understand that the main purpose of the study of the Veda is understanding Krishna and chanting his pastime and his glories. One time I was walking on Oxford Street, and I saw something that really, really shocked me. I saw this drunkard. He was staggering on Oxford Street, and he was chanting, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. And I was standing there looking at him. I couldn't believe my eyes. How fortunate this guy is. Like, he was totally drunk, absolutely drunk. And I was thinking, there are so many people here just sitting in the offices, wearing suit and tie. But they are not as fortunate as this simple drunkard, which, socially speaking, you can see low caste or whatever, antisocial, anything. But unknowingly, he is taking up. Probably he saw, my speculation that he saw the Harinam in Oxford Street a few minutes before, and he was so drunk and he was chanting. He was also doing his own Harinam. But he was chanting perfectly, Govinda Chayo Chayo, Gopala Chayo Chayo, even though he was totally drunk. So this is the benefit of chanting the Mahamantra, that we automatically we situate ourselves in the most highest process possible mentioned in the Vedas, in the conclusion, which is Harinam Sankirtan. This is the perfection. And the next one is that the chanting of Mahamantra is even superior to any pilgrimage. For many people, it's very important to go on pilgrimage and to visit different holy places. In every religion you have, like people go to the Mecca or go to see Mary somewhere in a cave. In India, we have even more holy places than anywhere else, actually. But even if you don't visit any of these holy places, if you only chant the Mahamantra, you're already getting the benefits of visiting all the holy places. Even if you don't chant the full Mahamantra, this is also mentioned in the scriptures. Even if you don't chant the full Mahamantra, even if you chant part of the Mahamantra, you still get the greatest benefit and you get liberation. So next one is that chanting the Mahamantra is superior to Sankhya and Astanga Yoga. As we know, there are 4 main type of yogas. But in this age of Kali, practically no one is qualified to practice any of these yoga systems. Basically, no one can obtain the benefits that they were obtained in previous ages when people were qualified and they have long life. So we got only one moment in this life in Kali Yuga. Only just a few years will pass very quick. So all the benefit we obtain by all the other processes are obtained automatically by chanting the Mahamantra. And the last one is that Krishna's name and Krishna are not different. And this is crucial understanding we should have. Sometimes we think that there is a difference, but actually there is no difference at all between Krishna's name and Krishna. Sometimes people ask, how can I see Krishna? How can I connect with Krishna? And the best way to connect is through his name, through his sound vibration. And when we chant the Mahamantra, you automatically please Krishna. Like when the small son calls for his father, automatically his father is pleased and automatically he comes to his son. So when we chant the Mahamantra, we immediately attract the attention of Krishna. And this is a perfection of bhakti, to attract Krishna and to please Krishna. And to chant the Mahamantra is the only process recommended for that. So time is up. There is more to say, but there is not much time left. Is there any questions? We can carry on. Prabhupada say we can carry on. Is there any questions? Adhoksha Prabhu.
I was just wondering, what is the main reason why people that start chanting Hare Krishna discontinue?
The main reason is losing the taste for it. And the main reason for losing the taste is offenses. Offenses to the holy name and offenses to devotees. But yeah, this is the main reason that we lose taste is the offenses. Actually, in the life of the devotee, there are 4 principles that we should follow, which are very important and which are very difficult to follow as well. One of them that we should live without pretending. We should hear without offending. We should talk without offending, and we should love without expecting. So first, we should live a life without pretending, which is very difficult. And the whole social media thing is just about pretending. We see smiling profiles and crying hearts, but we only see the smiling profiles. We don't see the crying hearts. And everything is about pretending that I'm this, I'm that, I'm rich, I'm visiting these places, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's all pretending. It's not real. Person is different of what we see in the profile. So the life of the inner life of the devotee should try to be without pretending. Means that we should show ourselves as we are, without pretending. But this is, as I said, this is very difficult. We all pretend, isn't it? If we are honest with ourselves, we all pretend. We want us to see something that we are not. And this is pretending, and this is an obstacle to spiritual life. And also, we should hear without offending. Sometimes devotees correcting us, and they tell us, we don't want to hear that. We want to hear how glorious we are, how amazing we are. This is what we want to hear. But we should be open-minded and open our ears and listen when devotees tell us without offending. And very important for devotees, we should talk without offending. And this is also very difficult. And this is, we see social media, everyone like offend themselves, offend others. But this is one of the austerities of the speech, that we should speak pleasant words which are beneficial and which are true. And also, we should love without expecting. This is also a very difficult one. Even for parents, it's very difficult. Those who got kids do know. Love without expecting. We always expect something in return. At least respect or something. But we don't know. In the future, kids may go away, may put parents somewhere, and we don't know. We don't know what future is waiting for us. But still, we should try to love everyone without expecting, and we should try to see the good qualities in others. And this way, we can have our inner life pure enough to chant the Mahamantra, because these are things that they are obstacles in our chanting as well. When we don't live a pure life, and then it's very difficult to chant and to keep chanting and keep chanting. Any other questions? Okay, shall we finish here then? Okay, thank you very much for coming. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Mahamantra Hare Krishna ki jai. Tagore Pramanandi Hari.
Jai.